is Dee's Reading Lounge, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. Welcome to a new video. If you have not subscribed, I do encourage you to subscribe down below if you're interested in all things books. I read a variety of genre, my favorite being historical fiction. Since it's the summer, I'm dabbling into summer romances. And so I thought I would go ahead and do this video. It's going to be a August TBR. Now, normally I don't do TBRs just because I am truly a mood reader and I really want to take time with my books, not to try to finish a book in a month or box myself in, sort of speak, not only because I'm a mood reader, but also I read kind of slow and, you know, life is busy, and so it is what it is. But for the month of August, I wanted to do a TBR because I need to read these books. Not because I'm pressuring myself or anything like that, just because I want to get through some books, because this summer has been kind of busy and I've been doing other things. And reading really has not, I'm reading, but not, you know, a lot. And I just want to put my feet to the ground and read amongst all of the things that I have going on currently. So I thought I would share my August TBR with you all, and at the end of the month I will post a video vlogging my way through this TBR book by book and giving an update, I guess. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I do plan on doing some sort of reading vlog. So it's going to be all month long of me reading all these books, and I may share my thoughts after I read the book, or I may just do a separate video. I don't know. We'll see. So let me go ahead and get started. These are primarily romances because, you know, it's the summertime and I really want to read a little bit of romance. But I'm also going to be reading some literary fiction, as well as I think I want to throw in historical fiction and maybe in a thriller. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a very ambitious TBR. We'll see how many of those books that I get through. All right, so the first book, I'm gonna try to do this like rapid fire style because I don't have a whole lot of time. So the first book is going to be Beverly Jenkins' Tempest. This is the third book in the Old West series, and while I did want to read another book in another series, I need to finish what I started, and so this is the series that I started. So I am currently reading this one, and I'm currently on page 29. So yeah, I got a long way to go on this one, but her books read very fast and they pull you in at the very start. At the very first page was gripping. It was so much going on in that first like page. So her books are awesome, y'all. If you haven't read her, I suggest that you start with maybe not a series, start with maybe one of her, well, she has a lot of series, so she really doesn't do a whole lot of standalones, but Topaz, I think she recommended you starting with that one, so I would start with that one. I haven't read it yet, but I will soon. All right, so the next book is a literary fiction, and it's Sula by Toni Morrison. I started this book in the airport, and I didn't get much through this book because a lot was going on at the airport. And so I am on page 9, but I think I need to start this book again because her books are very, I want to say complicated, but they're very literary, and you might miss something. And I'm sure it's been a couple days since I picked this book up and started reading it, so I need to start it again. But I'm only on page 8, so it's no big deal. So Sula, can't wait to get to that one. And then the next book I'm going to plan to read is Spilling the Tea, a novel by Brenda Jackson. And I do believe this is historical fiction, but we'll see. I talked about this one in my reading list. I will post that video up here if you're wanting to hear more about what this is about. The next book on my TBR is Let Me Love You by Alexandria House. Definitely want to read this because I've never read anything by her, and it seems like I will be able to get through this one pretty quick. I talked about this one too. This is a 2-book duology, so I'm starting with the first book, Alexandria House. And then finally, y'all, I am going to go ahead and read Kennedy Ryan for the first time. And this one is Before I Let Go, the very first book. I'm excited to read this because I want to see what everybody is talking about and see how I will like Kennedy Ryan. Okay, so that already is 5 books. Also, I'm reading The Warmth of Other Suns on the side, so I don't know if I'm going to finish that in August, but we are still reading that. All right, so the next book, let's see here. Come on. I'm going to read, I'm very interested in this book. This one is called The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. I also talked about this one in my summer reading list video. You can check it out if you want to hear more about this one. This is a debut novel, very brand new author. Never heard anybody talk about this book at all, but it sounds very interesting. And so I want to read that one. I think it is historical fiction as well. So that is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to read at least 8 books, and that is very unusual for me. So the next book that I want to read is The Truth of Things by a new indie author named Tasha Harrison. This is the cover. This one I talked about in my summer reading list video. So again, check it out if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on that one. Okay, so, because I have a busy life, I'm not going to be able to read all the books that were on my list, but slowly but surely I will try to read them. We'll see. Okay, so what other book do I want to read? I need to throw in a thriller just to mix it up, or historical fiction. So let's see here. What do we want to read? So the last 2 books that I want to throw in here are going to be Let Us Descend, which is historical literary fiction by Jesmyn Ward. This will be the third book that I will have read from her. And so I'm excited about this one. I also talked about this in a previous video as well. Of course, it's about, let's see here, a girl as she descends from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the heart of Louisiana on a sugar plantation. So it does involve like a slave literary fiction narrative, and so, which is one of my favorite things to read, actually. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is to me. It just is. So Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward. And then this one is a new one. I don't think I've even showed this book, but I got this from Thrift Books. And because it's the summertime and I want to mix it up and have some fun and some laughs, I heard Mary Monroe is just so hilarious. And so I wanted to get a book of hers. I got this for like dirt cheap from Thrift Books. It came in really good condition. I sanitized it down, and girl, we're gonna have a good time with this book because of the title. She had it coming. Okay, so I cannot wait to read this one. So let me quickly tell you what this one is about. It says Dolores Reese spent her childhood in foster care like Floyd Watson, a local boy who intrigues her from the moment they met. When one bad decision sends an innocent Floyd to prison for life, Dolores promises to stick by him. But while Floyd's world stands still, Dolores' horizons open up in exciting new ways. Paul Dunn is an accomplished businessman who promises her the kind of future she's always wanted, the kind she once imagined having with Floyd. But when Floyd is suddenly freed on new evidence, Dolores is torn and must make a fatal decision. So this is like a romance, but, it's got some juiciness, I'm thinking, to this. A lot of people have said her books are a lot about family, a lot of, I forgot, but I heard it's a good time with her book, so I cannot wait to get to this one. So that is it, you guys. This is a very ambitious TBR. So that's 1, 2, I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books. I know I'm not going to get to all of them, but I'm going to do my very, very best to get to as many as I can. So thank you so much for watching. I will be doing a vlog of me reading throughout the month all these books, and then I guess telling you in the vlog how I feel about the book, whether I would recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.